Having held morning meetings at Harambee House with several key government officials, the president left his office in the early afternoon. But shortly after, his advisor on constitutional affairs held a press briefing at which he gave the president's version of the ongoing dispute. Through his advisor, Professor Kivutha Kibwana, Kibaki said Kofi Annan's invitation was uncalled for, as there was no crisis, and that he acted to protect the constitution when he contravened the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister's decision in quotes to suspend the two ministers was a non-decision since it was not supported by the law. Strictly speaking, the President didn't quash the Prime Minister's action because there was no decision in law to reverse.
The presidential advisor says that the Prime Minister has been misled by his advisors and points out that he does not enjoy a similar status as the President. The President seems to believe that the Prime Minister is motivated by ignorant advisors and serious problems within ODM.
Clearly, the Prime Minister has an internal problem within ODM. And so the question that one must answer is, why are ODM disagreements being elevated into coalition disagreements?
The ongoing friction in government is an attempt to create a superficial crisis, according to the Office of the President. Indeed, OP states that Kofi Annan was invited 3 weeks ago to solve a dispute that was not in existence and which is currently ongoing.
Kenyans should ask themselves why the Prime Minister's advisors are spoiling for a fight and to have a crisis. What are Kenyans being set up for?
The Office of the President also accuses ODM of trying to sabotage the constitution review process. Professor Kibwana says ODM plans to backtrack on the Naivasha agreement as part of a wider plan to cook a crisis.
Kenyans must prevail over ODM, who were part of the Naivasha agreement, to support it in Parliament.
The presidential advisor also says that the President has a comprehensive plan to tackle corruption and that the Prime Minister would have realized this had he consulted. However, Kivutha Kibwana could not elaborate on the so-called presidential plan to fight corruption. It would appear that the ongoing power tussle caused by graft is either a plan gone bad or simply a reflection of the lack of one. Mwai Kibaki, KTN Prime.